Now, virtual DJ. What's the volume to that? It's playing. How come it's not? How many plays? Okay, that's why. Here you go. Y'all ready?
Well, welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews, spotlighting local businesses, and covering important issues within the community that no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your host, Mr. Charles Harper, and myself, Miss Damali Wilson. We want to thank everyone today for either listening on the radio or watching us on Facebook Live on www.kbob899.com or tuning into any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, aka Hump Day, April 20th, 2024. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. Simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show. You guys better call your mom and them and tell them they can dial in at 918-856-3873. Post your comments on your Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, it's the medical report with Dr. Andre Perdue. Our topic is, how does physical health affect mental health? Find out the best and worst cities for mental health issues.
Yep. Also in studio is Mr. Osborne talking about the all-black town bike ride.
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are South Carolina girls take out Iowa, and the parents of a mass shooter is sentenced. This is the first in U.S. history, birthdays, and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development. Put on your seatbelt. We got a great show, and we'll be right back, you guys. Y'all good?
Yeah. Now we're gonna start talking about it. So because normally JD's here, so it's kind of he has his part, then we have our part, but he's not here, so I had to do both parts.
The main thing, long as when you talk, you kind of lean up to the mic.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Scared him, huh?
Yeah. And we streaming live all over the world too. So people listening to y'all everywhere. It's already a lot of people on. Y'all probably not on Facebook yet. If you're not, we on there. So
I asked myself,
local, national, international.
He was like, that's so old.
Yeah, but it's gonna be about.
Don't do that.
It's gonna be. Look, it's gonna be about 3, 4, 5,000 people on this too. So you. It's fun though.
So you're saying that they're all old, right?
Yeah. Oh no.
Facebook users in the late 30s.
About late.
Right after this.
After this.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna give us some music?
You want music up under it?
Yeah.
JB got something up under here. Let me
just
find
on
out what he
some,
got.
Yeah, as long as
Okay.
This is made.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use media network, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
Yep. I'm Charles Harper. What's going on, you guys? I'm the Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes Educate Youth and Family Fund Center, Feeding Back In, and 36 Street North Event Center. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide World One Development with emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and I am so elated to be the creator of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, how you doing today?
I am doing well. Kind of disappointed in the weather today.
I mean, the weather is kind of disrespectful, huh?
I know, right? I'm like, what happened to the sun?
It probably did just because it's hump day.
Maybe, could be.
Man, when you're trying to get over the hump, you just never know what's going to show up.
Yep.
When you're trying to get over the hump. But we're still here.
We're here.
We still living.
Yep.
We still trying to make it happen.
Absolutely.
So it's all good. There's a lot of people out and about. It's like they don't care nothing about the rain and none of that stuff. People like, I got to pay my bills. I need some snacks.
Right.
I need to grab some lunch. But let me tell y'all something right now. We got a lot of people that's locked in. Shout out to all our secret listeners.
Hey,
There's
we
a
see
lot
y'all.
of them today. And some others, we'll give you some shout outs, but we got a loaded show today, Damali.
We absolutely do. We have a loaded show. But one of the things that I want to do first and foremost is, here on News You Can Use and with World One Development, period, we are very concerned about our youth.
Yes.
And so we always try to do things that are going to promote and, elevate our youth. And so one of the things that we're doing this week is we are actually participating with Tulsa Public Schools with KIP Tulsa.
Right.
And we have two of their students in studio today that are going to be doing internships with us. They've been doing internships with us actually the last 3 days. And so they're going to be doing it for the rest of the week. And so we're really excited. We have Mateo in, who is a senior. Actually, both of these guys are seniors. And we have Gabe in with us today. And so we want to give them a couple minutes on air just to say hi and to, see what we do, on a day-to-day. So how are you guys doing?
Thanks for inviting me. I'm doing great.
Good. That's Gabe. Gabe, so tell us a little bit about who you are. Where have you been to school, who your parents are?
A little something.
Yeah, just a little something.
Okay, so my name is Gabriel Walker. I am a senior at KIP Tulsa University Prep. And some things about me are I'm into sports a lot. So,
Right.
I finished my last season ever. It's pretty emotional.
Ever.
Like
life is
it might not be over. You never know. The phone just
It's
might
like
ring.
ever.
You just never know.
Yeah. And then, because I'm a senior, this is like the last run as far as like regular school in general. So the next step is really just life and growing up. So I'm still trying to figure out what college I want to go to, and even if I want to go to college or a trade school. So it's lots on my mind to think about. So I'm just trying to figure it all out.
Yeah, that adulting thing is kind of kind of scary, huh?
But I remember when I was young and graduating, that's the one time it's like sound the alarm.
Yeah.
You be like, I don't know
what in the world.
And even though I was headed to college,
Yeah.
I'm headed to college, but I don't really know what to expect. It's just it's the unexpected. The ticket is you can't go into the future and see yourself.
Yeah.
So I had to trust God. I'm like, somebody bring me the word.
Right.
What Bible? Bring me the word of my grandma and grandpa and parents and some cousins or something, because I need to be encouraged. So
absolutely.
I know exactly what you're talking about. This next gentleman, I've been knowing them since he was a youngster, like a baby. And he said, man, Mr. Harper, when I get older, they're going to call me Big Teo. He is Big Teo.
It's funny. So in our house, this is actually my nephew, and now I'm going to embarrass him. So in our house, we're like, Tay Tay and, Potato. One of the little cousins calls him Potato because they couldn't say Mateo.
Hey, you got to say what you got to say.
Yeah. So it's like, Mateo, tell everybody who you are and, a little bit about yourself.
I am Mateo Centino.
He got his grown man voice on. You hear that?
Yeah.
Mateo Centino. Okay, whatever.
And I've been with my Amy all week, and I've been getting like the inside feel and what it feels like to be like on the Zoom calls, and be like in the business meetings, and just learning all new things and grasping all the new things and trying to get ready for being an adult and all this good stuff. And this is my last year as a senior. Yeah. Been there since 5th grade.
Yeah, you have been a KIP since 5th grade. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, someone the OG.
Yeah, I'm just letting y'all know you gotta come past me.
Yes. So you guys excited about graduation?
Yes.
Yeah, you are. I saw your prom pictures. How was prom?
Oh,
Good.
prom was amazing. You know me, I'm the prom king. So
Oh, okay.
I'm the prom king in the building. So
Yes.
Shout out to you on that. Congratulations.
thank you. I had an amazing time.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
never before.
yeah. So I noticed that you guys didn't have dates. Is that not important for you guys?
This is
Well,
2024.
I had a date last year. This
You
year,
said,
I kinda
"Ooh,"
wanted to
you seem
go
like, "Ooh."
Right.
solo, but I did have fun. So
Regardless,
yes,
regardless. Tay, so what are you going to be doing as far as? Are you thinking about college? Maybe, maybe not. What do you think?
Well, I got accepted to TCC.
Yeah,
And
Congratulations.
yeah,
I don't know if I want to go to college. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Leave high school. But I know I want to do something.
yeah. You want to do something great?
Yeah.
Yeah, you better do something great. Yeah,
Right.
I'm watching you.
Yeah, let me ask y'all that because we have been around y'all forever in church, in
Yeah.
community, and working. And one thing I can say about both of y'all have always been good, respectful, cool kids from the beginning.
Yes.
I'll just say that. And it is exciting to see y'all make it because there's so much going on out there in the streets. There's so much going on social media, and everybody youngsters is not making it today.
Right.
So can you just kind of tell people, we do have some young people listening in, what are some of the keys that you had to help you like make it through school just to get to this point where you graduate? Because everybody don't graduate from high school.
So don't.
yeah. Okay, so for me, some of the values that I took into account through my high school experience is one, it's really important, positivity.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
have to be positive. You can't be negative going into school because it definitely affects your thinking, your learning,
Right.
your overall social happenings, in your everyday life at school. So you
Right.
just want to be positive. Wake up with a smile and enjoy coming and being there because you never know when it could be your last day there. Something else is respect.
I like
So a lot of my relationships I build, friendships, even with teachers and students, is built off of respect.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just helped me out so much to be able to find and meet new people and to just build these relationships that last for
Right.
so long. So
Right.
those are just a few of the things that I feel.
I promise this is
That's
Chris.
good.
This is Chris Walker right here. I promise you.
again,
Yes,
right?
this
Right.
yeah, his dad.
Right. So Teo, same question for you, man. Everybody don't graduate, man. So big kudos to y'all.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, but what are some of the things that you have done? Because you have to overcome some things. You got to survive a few things. It can be girlfriends, it can be peer pressure, it can be anything. But what are some of the tools you use to make sure you got to this point when you graduated?
Well, I would say having family on the side, supporting you throughout the whole way. And learning and having like mentors and stuff helping me, guiding me, telling me like what I need to do, what to fix,
Right.
and being close to certain teachers, opening like give me insight, and it just give me like inspiration and ideas. Like if I don't want to do this, I can do this and this and that.
Options.
Yeah,
Giving you options. Yeah. Because everything is not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have options to be able to navigate.
yeah.
So I think that's important. That's
Like,
good.
you got to be mentally prepared for everything. Whatever it costs. Like come kind of do that, be mentally prepared for it.
Sure.
Yeah, Damali, this be my final question because everybody had something when they was little that they wanted to be for a second.
Yeah.
What did you want to be when you was little?
I used to want to be a nurse.
For real, and I used to want to
did.
be. I used to want to be a fireman for some
You
reason.
did?
And I think it was all driven by this fire truck I used to have. It had this big ladder on it. I'd be pushing
Yeah.
it, and people like, "What you want to be?"
See, my mother was a nurse.
Your mom, so you think that was
I wanted to be a nurse.
I ask that because a lot of times I like to say dream to reality. So I just want to leave y'all with some pointers. When I was young, there's a lot of people on the live too.
Right.
1.5 that quick.
Yeah.
And when I was young, I had friends. We'd be out running at nighttime because I was into sports, football, basketball. I ended up getting out on the football scholarship, and I was supposed to run track as well. But under light, late at night, some of me and my friends were sitting out there. We basically running. We stopped. We laughed. When we 15, 16, we got into what you want to be when you grow up. And here's the ticket. Same people. Now, I might not say the whole thing. I'll say no story.
I know, right? No, yeah, don't do that.
I won't say names.
Yeah.
I'll just say what they are. So one guy, well, what you want to be? Hey, I want to be a computer program guy. I want to be able to bring people around the world to connect with computers. He was doing computers way back then, but then I have a computer.
Right.
And we laughed a little bit. Okay, what's up? Well, Charles, what you want to do? Man, I want to be a businessman. I want to have a suitcase, a briefcase, be in New York City with papers blowing, closing deals, and entrepreneur. That's what I said at 15, 16. I had another party. What you want to do? And we kind of cut. Well, I just want to find you a girl that'll take care of you and just find you a nice little house and just chill.
Yeah.
And another thing, what you want to be? I want to be a triple OG. I just want to be a gangster for life. That's how I'm gonna roll.
Right.
Next YB. One guy, what you want? I want to be a doctor. You know, I want to be a doctor, and I want to kind of do something. We just laughing. Oh, we laughing. But guess what? Today in 2024,
all of those people,
everybody's doing exactly what we said we was gonna do under that light at night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing business. Y'all know that because y'all know me. The gangster still the gangster. The one with the big girl in the house, he's still doing that. The doctor's a doctor. The computer program, which was my best friend, he has systems that can make you follow what he's doing very, very well. I'm just saying that to say how you think and the words that you speak will go a long way. And that's just not my story. I asked Uncle Bobby how you end up playing with all the Tina Turners and Night Turners and all these celebrities and all of that. And he said when he was little, he wanted to go to Hollywood. So Uncle Bobby ended up going where?
Hollywood.
He went to Hollywood and then traveled all over the world. I'm just saying that to say that what you speak and your thoughts is going to be a big part of what you end up doing.
Well, that's what the Bible says. As a man thinketh, so is he.
Right.
So, and you guys are from church, so you know this. So the words that you speak in words are powerful. Right. So I would say that for me, as my wisdom to you guys is as you move out into the world, always think of yourself the way you want yourself to be. Don't let other people label you and tell you, because I think for me, the biggest thing for me is if you tell me I can't do something, oh, that's what I'm going to do.
Ooh, yeah.
I can show
That's
you
it.
better than I can tell you. That's been my motto my entire life. So if you tell me you can't work in a law office, guess what? I'm going to start out as a fire clerk and I'm going to end up as a legal assistant. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me what I can't do because my God is bigger than that.
Come on.
So, my words to you is just do what it is that, follow God first and foremost. That's your foundation. But then also don't ever let anybody tell you what you cannot do because you can do all things.
That's right.
Okay.
And become consistent.
Yes, good word, Bobby.
Be consistent, whatever you do.
Yeah.
Every day.
Just do it. Do it. Yeah.
Now let's switch it over and say we're the community. Bobby's on the radio. He allowed us to tell our stories our way. He gave me and Damali opportunity 4 years ago. He has the juice, which is y'all probably haven't heard about. They do their thing and all of that. So I want to say, from you guys' perspective, what it is that we can do as the older generation to support y'all, to be there for y'all. When y'all just kind of think what you're going through, man, this is what will help us as we navigate through life, trying to be what we want to be. There you go first.
One thing I can think of is definitely speak life into our activities. That out a lot, and it has for me.
Yeah.
So that's very important for me. It's definitely words and support. And other than that, just love in general. So that's what I think.
I like that. That's really good. Taylor, what can we do, man? Like, man, y'all older. We the OGs in here. We OG at school. We the OG out here in the streets. No, but anyway, what can we do? Auntie Damali, Uncle Charles, Uncle Bobby, Pastor Corey with the glasses and the nice beard. What can we do to always support you, man?
I would say speak more positivity. Like, and not everybody got that positivity and the support that they need, and they usually fall into like a dark place or a negative state. So when you got like that support and that positivity, it makes you want to do better and like you want to grow more. That's what I would say for the older generation. You need that positivity and that love.
Yeah. You know what? You make your auntie proud.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another thing I can think of is support isn't always financial. So don't always think of it as some bill you have to pay and make me happy, or you think that I need money in order to succeed. I just need to be there.
Yeah.
Just
show up.
Just showing up,
Yeah.
So that's all I can say.
That's my partner, Chris McThern with State Farm. He told me something. Even though I'm older, he said you can't fake showing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like no matter what I do, just show up for me. And what I try to do, because I do got some youngsters. My daughter's 21, and we're going through. Y'all know, Matt, and what I just try to do with my own is just love them through whatever it is they're going through, and not be judgmental. You know what I mean? Because this world is different than when it was when Bobby came through, when Damali and I came through, and the world y'all living in. We didn't go through. Well, we went through COVID, but not in school and had to be at home for a minute and watching out. So a lot of the stuff that each generation deals with something. And y'all are survivors just to deal with what y'all been dealing with, man. Mental health, a lot of stuff that goes on now, we didn't have to experience that or survive that.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is anybody farther down the road knows something. So whether it's a homeless man on the street or whomever it is, just always know you can learn something from everybody.
That's right. That's absolutely correct. Okay, so Tay, tell everybody who your favorite Amy is.
There you go.
Yes, of course, me.
This is tough to ask, but I want you to think about it for a second if you need to, and I'll do a few shout outs. Just think of 3 people that has been like the biggest inspirations. So don't feel like you got to name everybody, but just right off the top of your head, it could be a teacher, it could be a janitor, it could be mama, it could be anybody. But when you kind of think like instantly, man, these 3 people has just been such an inspiration. And it's not leaving nobody out, but it's just that we all got that person that we say, ooh, my coach, my mom, my grand. It don't matter. This person really kind of helped me out to get to this point. I'm gonna do a quick shout out. Y'all think about that for a second. We got Renee Smith listening in. What's going on? Renee. We got St. Louis in the building. Mr. Polo Pal. He said, what's up? We got Mississippi Jeremiah Blackwell. We call him Maestro. Jeremiah. Renee Smith, that's my soror tuning in from Arkansas.
Hey, Renee.
We also got your mom, my mom. She locked in with us. We also got Mr. AJ Johnson.
Hey, AJ.
Tuning in from the J-Bone Lounge down there in Little Rock, Arkansas. Welcome to the show, Roberta Loach. If I
hey, Roberta.
Miss Maybelle Wallace.
Hey, Miss Maybelle. How are you?
Welcome to the show, Wendy Williams.
Hey, Wendy.
We all know her. Now, not the other Wendy Williams.
Right.
Wendy Williams. Relax.
Our Wendy Williams.
Right. And then we also got Sharonda.
Hey, Sharonda.
Tracy Manning Gibbs over there at Gibbs Shopping Center. Hey, we got the Rebuilding Black Wall Street with Oprah Winfrey and Morris Chestnut and all of them. None other than Duncan. You see on there.
Kara.
Hey, Kara. Thanks for tuning in. Ernest Lynch. He's in.
Hey, Ernest.
True, my daughter. He's just leaving a comment. He said, what somebody's saying is true. My daughter, Brandy, always said she was going to be a pediatrician, and she became.
Oh, so he's talking about your comment about what you speak. Yeah.
Teresa's on, your sister, my sister. And it's another 1.4 thousand listening in right now. So back to the question at hand. If you just have to think off the top, man, it could be a best friend. Man, these are people that kind of help me kind of get through.
I would say my mom.
Yeah.
This one teacher that I know since freshman year. Been rocking around for 4 years.
Okay.
And he's leaving when we leave.
Oh, who's that teacher?
And his name is Mr. Green.
Okay, I don't think I know him.
Eddie Green. He got his own radio station too.
Really?
Okay.
Green. All right.
Just like that.
Okay, that's 2.
And my granny.
Yes, your granny.
Yeah, the granny and that bread, I understand. That's how I get through right now in 2024. Gabe, same question. You just kind of think, man, because it's a lot of people in your life. Man, the thing just come off the top of my head, these people have really helped me and encouraged me to get to this point.
Well, it's a tough question. I don't know if I'll be able to give you 3, but the first thing that came to mind was 1 is God.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 is the people he's blessed me with in my life.
Yeah.
That have been a mentor in some type of way. Whether you could be my age, older, my mother, father, grandparents, both sets of grandparents, aunties, even you guys have all been a mentor at some point in my life. So that's my answer. That's what I think about.
Yeah.
Who's important to me.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to continue success. Thanks for stopping by for a minute. We got a long show with a lot of people coming in, but man, I'm just so happy and excited. Y'all just don't know to see y'all. I know I bump into y'all and I miss with y'all. I've been doing it from day one. But I just want y'all to keep going and just know that we're here always.
So when's graduation?
May 10th.
May 10th, and guess who's going to be there? We are, because we're the village. We're excited.
We're showing up. We're going to show up and show up with some gifts. Now, I know you said we don't have to bring them, but I'm bringing you something. Because I appreciate you surviving and getting to that point. Damali, what's your final thoughts?
Final thoughts is, you guys are great young men, and I know that you're going to do great things. If you give of yourself to give back to community, which you guys have by, working at EduRight with us and helping to bring up that next generation, y'all going to be all right. Y'all going to do really good things. So I'm proud of y'all.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, man, it was a show that went on this weekend at the Black History Tribute. We got a lot of guests live in studio today. It's going to be a nice show. I'm excited. But Mr. Gabe, thank you so much. Big Tail. Told me back in the day, that's what I had to call you. So I'm going to respect that. We'll take a quick break and we're going to come back. You're locked in to KBOB 89.9 FM. World One Development. News you can use. Taller Damali coming up next. We got some more surprise guests. So,
all right, so y'all swap. Yes, go back over there. No, it goes on the arm of the chair. It's not a sock. It's like those socks. I'm like, what? Stop it.
That was my first ever.
Radio interview?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I did good.
Yeah, you did really good. You did really, really good. Jimson's working.
It's always crazy. My phone died.
Like, when we get done with this, go eat. Then just keep pedal to the metal. I mean, last night, I think my last meeting was at, I finished my last meeting at like 8:30. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I told you I need a girlfriend trip. So we can just go hang.
Don't forget your headphones.
Yes, sir. We got to get them hoodie. Got you on that.
Oh. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so what we'll do, we're going to get into our first segment, Black History Trivia. We're going to talk a little bit about mental health, physical health, and we just going to roll with it. We have those questions.
So we
we
do
just
this first one.
Yeah. If you want to see what we were live on World One Development. So if you want to see who on, you want to see what's
Yeah, I
going
already was on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development news you can use. Charles and Damali, and we are back.
And we are back. So we had an interesting weekend. First of all, I want to say, give a huge shout out to the young men that we had on, our interns that are following us and shadowing us and watching what we do. We're, being role models today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So
trying. We're doing our best. We're
doing our best. But so want to talk about a little bit about what we did over the weekend. So this past weekend, we've been building this up for probably the last month and a half. Uncle Bobby,
Man,
did his inaugural performance. The Eating Out Band were at the 36th Street North of Benson. And let me tell y'all something, they tore the stage up. If
Did
y'all weren't there, y'all missed an absolute treat.
when they left, I was like, who put all these scuff marks on our stage?
I know, right?
No, I'm just kidding. It was getting down, but your feet get to moving, you can't stop them. It
Yes.
is what it is. I would say that's been thus far the highlight of 20. Other than, that's been my highlight of 2024 thus far, which is saying a lot because we do a lot of
We do a
stuff
lot of stuff.
that you consider a highlight. But Uncle
Yes.
Bobby, man, can you tell people just a little something about how you feel, man? We ain't
Yeah.
gonna hold you forever because
Yeah.
we know you man in the ship.
Well, I loved it.
Yes.
I'm just so glad and so blessed to be able to put a group of people together, who are very humble type people, and being able to come to the community and entertain the community and bring about a lot of fun.
Yes.
Those old songs and stuff like that we were playing are some songs that we never hear until all of a sudden people hear them. They say, "Oh, wow." And they were getting up, they were standing up, they were dancing. And it was just fun. And it's also fun for me to be able to play with my son, Trey.
Yes.
Right.
Trey was
I
up
did
there.
that.
Yeah, he was up there playing the guitar and I was playing the bass. And, it's just overall just a fun time at 36 Event Center. And I want to thank you guys for partnering up and doing the event. I had talked about it.
Right.
And, and I said, and Trey had talked to me about it. I said, man, let's put a band together. And he said, yeah, let's do it. And let's see. And then we talked about it.
Yeah.
We're going to debut it at the 36 North Event Center.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just happened.
Yeah.
And, all them people in there, it was packed.
And that's the one thing I want to say is, shout out and kudos to our community because you guys showed up for Uncle Bobby. And that's huge, because oftentimes that doesn't happen.
Right.
And so for you guys to show up and show support and show love like that, man, it meant everything. I mean, I was just full, just watching everybody just show. Hey, y'all came in y'all best threads. I'm like, okay, I see y'all.
And let me do this because I know we got like one. I'm gonna do some shout outs real quick.
Okay.
Darlene Gilmore, that's my
Hey,
cousin
Darlene.
tuning in from Arkansas. Welcome to the show. Miss Barbara Benson.
Hey, Miss
She
Barbara.
wrote here, she said hello, everybody. Mattiana.
Hey, Matt.
What's going on, Matt? Antoinette Jones.
Hey,
Welcome to the show. She
yes,
said
Antoinette.
Kool-Aid. Everybody need a cousin named Kool-Aid. that
What's
can fight.
up, Kool-Aid?
In here, we got St. John's Missionary Baptist Church. We got the church.
Okay, the church is
In here
working
too.
too.
Bobby, only it's like 1.4 thousand on, and if you can't just in a snippet, because a lot of people just don't know greatness when they're staring at them all day long. Tell them just a snippet, just a little bit. about just who you are and just kind of people you play with and that kind of thing, just so they'll know.
Well, first of all, thank you anyway. And I'm a musician by trade, and I used to travel the world playing around with a lot of what I call wonderful, iconic people.
Yes.
Right.
I was with Natalie Cole for several years as her bass guitar player. And when I wasn't playing with Natalie, come off the road, I'd go out with Bobby Womack and play with him. My first engagement as a youngster was playing with Ike and Tina Turner.
Yes.
That was the very first one that I did, and I was young, in early 20s and stuff. Ike liked me and stuff like that, and joined the band. And the older guys was always telling me, "Okay, man, what you need to do this, you need to do that." So I always wanted to do music, So when I got to Hollywood, Gap Band was like a month ahead of me when they got there.
Yeah.
Right.
And we all from Tulsa, so all the Tulsa musicians would all get together all the time. Now we was eating some beans and cornbread.
They don't know about that.
They don't know about
Y'all
that.
wouldn't eat regular noodles yet.
Yeah,
Ramen
ramen noodles wasn't even out there.
That was our generation.
Yeah, we was eating spaghetti and meatballs, and sleeping on the floors and on couches and just kind of hanging. But we realized that our talents was just as good as those who were out there already. And because we would come back and say, "Oh man, I thought so-and-so was better than that."
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Charlie say, "Yeah, man, I thought so-and-so could sing better than that." I said, "Man, you sound better than he do." You know what I mean? People just don't know who you are.
Right.
And Bobby, you play better than, I'm like, yeah. So we got into the mix, and they used to always say out there in LA and Hollywood, "Boy, them Oklahoma boys, you got to watch out for them."
I was ready.
That was the word, So we had a lot of us outside of just the Gap Band out there.
Right.
There was a lot of other musicians coming out there and doing some things. So that career just traveling around the world, not only one time, several times.
Right.
And it's funny when you go back to a state or city and you've already met somebody and they know you're coming back.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? They waiting on you.
Yeah.
Mr. Bobby, how you doing today? You're in a foreign country.
Yeah.
Hey man, I heard you guys are coming and we got this set up for you. You know what I mean? You befriend people.
Yeah.
And that was happening. So Natalie, bless her heart, she's deceased right now. And what an experience, y'all.
I bet.
I'm telling you, what
Can't
an
even imagine. Yeah.
experience with an iconic lady like that who had 9 Grammys. She was kind of like back in those days, like Beyonce is today.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I was making good money. The money was good.
Yes.
And living that lifestyle, that house with swimming pools and all that kind of stuff, and them parties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's was something that to be memorable about. And my number one fan was my mother.
There you go.
Always remember that.
Mama was the number one fan. I took her everywhere, did everything with my mama. You know what I mean? And told her and stayed in touch with mama. Mama would come out to the concerts. Everybody knew mama.
Yes.
Right.
And Ruby Eaton is her name. And God bless her soul. I miss her so much.
Yes.
I really do. I really miss. I'm a mama's boy.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's been the highlight of my life. And Eating Out Band.
Shout out to all of them.
Y'all did that.
We getting ready to do the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So y'all get in touch with me for y'all's reunions and y'all's events and stuff out there.
Go ahead,
All these
shameless plug.
festivals.
Yeah,
All that
plug
shameless plug in
Yeah,
there.
I'm plugged. Y'all call us.
I
Get in
love it.
touch.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like that. Damali, and I think that's a lot of times we miss that. We don't slow down and take time to congratulate and give the love and honor and support to the people that came before us.
Right.
It'd be stories, things that can help you along your way. You go, I got it all figured out. I got it. No, you don't.
Yeah, no,
you
you
ain't
don't.
got nothing.
Yeah.
So Uncle Bobby, thank you for blessing us, blessing the stage and all of that good stuff. I know we got to load the show,
Yeah.
Damali.
So So we're going to pivot just a little bit. We have another couple of guests that are in studio right now. So one of them is actually our newest team member, Mr. Corey Taylor. He is actually in. And then we also have Miss Jennifer, who is actually your classmate.
My classmate from college from way back plus 30 years, even though she only looked about 25 or 30.
Yes,
You
she's
know,
holding
black
it. She's
stone
holding
face.
it.
She's holding it
Yes.
the best that she can. But do we want to throw out our Black History Trivia question?
Yes.
So first we just want to do this, a quick introduction of who you are.
Yes, and then
before
we'll
we get the
continue with
trivia
the show.
question and we'll roll. But we feel so honored and grateful that y'all would just kind of spend a little time with us. Is that
Yes.
all right?
Yes.
So first, ladies first.
Yes.
Especially when they got on red earrings that look like that.
Mm-hmm. She cute.
Miss Jennifer, my sister, done rolled up in here on us on Greenwood, Black Wall Street.
Yes.
Tell the people just a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jennifer Neely. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm originally from Arkansas.
Kansas. Kansas up in here.
I'm an original Razorback.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've been in North Carolina now for almost 20 years. I moved there in 2005. I am the owner operator of Hair Favor Salon. I've been doing that all my life. I was a kitchen titian.
Yeah, kitchen titian. I love it. Kitchen titian.
I started out as a kitchen titian. I've been licensed almost 30 years. I've traveled. I've been published. I worked with Dudley. I worked with Influence.
Yes.
Now I work on my own. I do a few things here and there, but I'm trying to figure out how to man down out of the chair. So,
Right.
Charles trying to give me the move to talk. I might be visiting y'all a lot more. And trying to figure it out.
Right.
You just never know when the world comes full circle and you get run into somebody that you know you met when you was a kid.
Yeah.
Like what I guess Gabe and Teo,
Yeah.
like going to college, you meet somebody the first time, y'all hang out, y'all do whatever y'all doing, and then 30-some years later, you connect back. You just never know what God is doing. We got another special guest.
Yeah.
You know, he took time to make sure he understood the beard game. He got it. He understood
The beard game is on
the
point.
mission at hand. He knew. But man, this has been my brother, man. I'll say plus 10. When I got into community stuff, this is really one of the first brothers that I met that you just don't know how much he helped me, encouraged me. He was figuring this thing out too.
Right.
Lets me know we always better together. Mr. Corey, welcome to the show. What's up?
Oh, thank you very much. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Doing good.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
That's good. Tell people that a lot of people. We have 1.4.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Stacy Warner.
Hey.
Arkansas. That's the Pastor Gene Foster.
Hey.
Mama, they didn't even know Mama was coming in. That's what we try to say. You never know when Mama's
You don't know
watching.
who's showing up.
Just like that.
Yes.
And tell these few thousand people, Corey, just a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am actually originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay.
I left in the 90s. And so I've been here over a decade, probably a little bit before I met you. I had just got here.
Right.
And so I did that, but then, I've been, they always say a jack of all trade, a master of none. But I don't like to say that because that sounds horrible. But I've been a jack of all trades, but I've mastered quite a few of them.
Okay.
But, so a former, documentary movie producer, former radio show host. Went to college, got my degrees and all of that stuff.
He said degrees.
Been married for 30 years this year.
Okay, congratulations.
And I have 4 adult children that are absolutely wonderful doing their thing.
Yes.
Some live international, some live national, and then local.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's it.
Yes.
Just like that. All right, Damali, we get excited.
We do because we love guests. Yes.
It's like grandma on table right here. So let's get into some of the stuff.
Okay, so first of all, I wanted to make mention of this just because it was just a big deal. How did you guys weather the eclipse? So this is the thing. All week I've been like, I don't care about the eclipse. Ain't that? I don't care. So then my daughter says, Mama, I got some glasses. I'm like, bring them up here so I can see the eclipse. So we're standing out there.
You're fun all the time.
Look, so my baby girl, she gets online and Google. She didn't have glasses, so she Googles on how to make glasses out of a cereal box.
Oh my goodness!
So she goes and she calls me and says, "Mama, don't worry about them Rice Krispies that's sitting on the counter in the bag. I reduce the box."
She made her own
glass. She made her own glass, and it worked.
Wow!
It worked up there, and it worked. It actually did. So she did the whole thing. Yeah, scientific. So we learned a little bit of science. But we actually did watch it, and it actually was really pretty cool. What did you guys think? Did you watch it, Corey?
I got a call from my oldest daughter who lives in Saudi Arabia, and she's like, "Hey, you all prepared? Go get some water." And she was like a doomsday thing. And And then my wife said, babe, it's not going to be that bad. It's
Right.
going to be like 4 minutes tops,
Right.
especially in Oklahoma City where you had everything. And then it was just like a big nothing burger. Like I went outside. I went outside and I was like, oh, it's been happening. It's been happening. Nothing. Like it just looked like clouds came over the sky and got a little cool. And by the time I sat out there and walked back in, it was over with. I was like, wait a minute. I was going to call my daughter and say, well, it was the big dud.
The big the catastrophe did not happen.
Right.
You remember Y2K was the
Right,
big
it
dud too.
was,
It was just
yeah.
like that. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's
Oh my God,
doomsday,
it's
it's
in the
biblical.
world, yeah.
And I was just like, oh
What's
shoot,
gonna happen?
we gotta get some water. We gotta be ready.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Look, I had a pastor call me. He said, Charles, I'm not trying to scare you because I really like that, but go get some toilet paper and some water. I'm like, what I'm going to do with toilet paper in the doomsday?
The world?
Yeah, what I'm doing, I'm talking. But anyway, everybody has their own perspective. based
Jennifer,
on
what
their
did you
own
think about it?
We were on our way to the mall. You know, when I do bad shopping, right? And all of a sudden it started getting dark, and I'm asking my friend, "What's going on?" And she's like, "Oh, it's the eclipse." And when we got to the mall, everybody was standing outside looking up at the sky, and I'm like, "Wait, we're not supposed to look at it." So we got our hands and we're putting our fingers trying to figure it out. But it went straight through Arkansas. So
Right.
I
It
was
got
my
dark.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
She said it totally blacked out.
In
Oh,
Arkansas.
wow.
Yeah, so it went straight through the line of Arkansas.
Yeah.
But here it just
So we
got
were just
dark.
in Dudland.
Yeah.
That's what it was. We were in Dudland.
It did it in Dallas too, I think. They said it got dark there in Dallas.
Okay.
So but it was only supposed to be on like a certain trajectory from like I think like Texas straight over to Maine or something.
Man,
but it
something they
was
showed
supposed
that
to be like a little line. It wasn't gonna
Yeah.
affect like Nebraska. They probably didn't even see it.
Right.
What happened?
Don't even know what happened.
What's the big fuss?
Yeah,
Nothing's going on here.
nothing's happening.
I think for me, I had so much stuff going on. I didn't get a chance to really just focus in on it. To be honest, I'm like, I said, oh, today's the day. And then I locked in because my sister, my older sister, is a nurse. I hope she's not on here. She was like, don't look at it with your eyes. So I'm like, oh God, can I even go outside? What's nothing? Because your older sister, you got to listen to it. She's a nurse. She said, don't look at it. You might lose your vision for 20 years. So I went out there and took a selfie with the eclipse and real quick and making faces and said that. But it just depends.
So Tracy Manning said it was amazing. She said that they went to Arkansas to see the total eclipse.
People was making road trips.
My
and
girlfriend
snacks
said
and stuff.
Arkansas was expecting 1.5 million people,
Oh my God.
extra people
Highway
to
and stuff.
come just to view the eclipse.
I think
Because
they have a National Guard too.
Yeah.
To help traffic control. Yeah.
There were people that went down to Austin. They were leaving Oklahoma to go to Austin. And
Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
if it's supposed to be calamity, what you run into it for?
Right. Yeah. Like what
Going
are you
down
doing?
there.
I
Yes,
just didn't
sir.
understand why you want to go all the way to Arkansas for 5 minutes of black. Of
dark.
It's dark. It was a couple hours, about 8 o'clock, 9. It'll be dark in Oklahoma.
That's what I was going to say. Go to the closet and sit there for 5 minutes, get the whole experience.
I want to give a shout out to AJ, Mr. Energizer. Man, he was here for Uncle Bobby's thing. He was cleaning him and his queen. His mother. He said it got real dark here in Jacksonville, Arkansas.
Mhm.
Total black.
Oh,
Then
wow.
the light came back again. So I just lived it through Mr. Energizer.
Right.
So we were on the polo, Frat Brothers. And
He like,
I'm
what?
watching. He said, "It's dark." I said, "Oh, don't take Mr. Energizer." He was still there when the light came back. I said, okay, but he was gonna go first. He was a sacrificial lamb of some
Hilarious.
but he didn't. It
Yeah.
was all good.
It was all good.
Pat
It was
Nick
all
up,
good.
welcome to the show. Let's get into this Black History Trivia. We just had
All
way
right.
too much fun.
Here we go. Black History Trivia.
The thinking caps on.
All right, y'all. No Googling. No Googling, okay? So here's the question. Answer comes at the end of the show. Who was this country's first Black psychiatrist? Now, of course, because this is the medical show, the medical report, that's why we're talking about doctors. Was it A, Dr. Henry Jordan, B, Dr. Ernest Just, C, Dr. Solomon Fuller, or D, Dr. John Jordan?
I'm processing. I'm lost in the sauce. Just read it one more time. And
One
I'm
more
gonna let
time.
you go first, ladies first. I'm trying to get out of it.
She like, All right.
One more time.
Who was this country's first Black psychiatrist? Was it A, Dr. Henry Jordan, B, Dr. Ernest Just, C, Dr. Solomon Fuller, or D, Dr. John Jordan?
That's tough.
Woo!
I know I don't know that.
I've been coming up with some good ones lately. Y'all ain't been able to get them.
That's why we call it Black History Trivia.
I don't know the answer either. I'm gonna do the old state test. I'll say C.
Okay.
C across the
Oh,
board.
right.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people on the live. What y'all saying? Don't y'all be Googling because they normally be saying quick C, D,
Yeah.
A. They be saying stuff and I.
Yeah, they ain't even saying that. They just quiet.
It's just quiet all
Y'all
the way
come
around.
on. What y'all got?
They like me, they don't know.
Corey, what you got?
Since you had Jordan in the first and the last, I'm gonna go with maybe one of the Jordans. So I'm gonna say I need a lifeline, but I'm gonna go with the top one, the first one.
Okay, so you're gonna go with A. All right, we got you.
Go with
We
A.
got you. Okay. Charles, what you got?
Dr. Solomon Fuller. I mean, that just kind of sounds like a psychologist. I just have to say
She got
it.
distinguished. She kind of scared me. I'm like, what?
I have no idea.
Right.
But I just have to encourage myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that? You see
That's
that?
what I'm saying. What? Yeah.
Since I said it like that, that's what I got it. I can't look. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Johnson said, "See,
Mr. Energizer said C.
There you go
AJ.
with the test.
Okay.
That's a blue fire.
Kiore,
Okay.
welcome to the show."
Kiora. Kiora. Hey,
Love your
sister.
Kiore, yes, my sister for sure.
Okay.
Hey,
Adrian said B. Tracy said C. Sister Teresa said C. Now she's not my older sister. We're the
did
same
I
age.
say my answer already? What was mine? I even said.
I
said
think
the
you was
name.
going with C
Fuller.
because you got
Fuller.
that
Fuller.
baritone.
That's C.
That baritone, yeah.
Fuller.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna say it.
Fuller.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
And
Teresa.
Teresa said C.
I love this show. Totally love it. All right, so y'all put your answers.
Tracy said C because
Yeah, I
the
got
state
Tracy.
board answer.
What?
Tracy, man, you
Sis,
funny.
listen, I'm
We
done
gonna
with y'all
start with Tracy
today.
today.
Right.
We're
Not
not gonna
today.
start with you
Not
today.
today.
Not on hump day.
So you guys know that so you guys know that today is actually the medical report.
Right.
However, today Dr. Andre Perdue is actually on call.
Yes.
So what that means is Charles and I get to put on the white coat.
Yes. So
We get
imagine-
to be the doctor.
Right. You ready to put on a white t-shirt.
I got
You
on a white
serious,
t-shirt,
serious.
so I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do it, and that's why we call this a bag up.
Yeah, we got the back up.
Unpack this thing that a lot of people talk about, a lot of the people think about. We got about a good 15-minute segment on man, this mental health, physical health.
Yeah.
Damali, break it down so we can jump into it.
Okay. Look at we got Uncle Bobby over here.
Kiora said, hey, Dad, aka Corey, the big man, boss man, the man that makes the land. She didn't say all that. It sounds good when you say it.
right.
Okay.
So tonight what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about physical health and mental health and how they're connected. Okay. So I actually did some research. You know, I always going to find something, and I actually thought that we were going to have a doctor here, but you know, hey, we got Corey. So hey,
let's go with
we're
it.
going to make it work. Okay. So I found this article, and it says that 1 in 3 people with long-term physical health conditions also have mental health problems, and most often they suffer from depression and anxiety.
Yep.
And so I was like, wow, 1 out of 3. Ooh,
That's
you
a
know,
high number.
that's a high number. And then it also said that researchers show that people with mental health problems are more likely to have preventable physical health conditions such as heart disease. Things like genetics, low motivation, difficulty with concentration and planning, and lack of support to change their unhealthy behavior are some of the other issues that they face as well. So I would just say, in your experience,
Right.
you know, and we'll just go with you, Charles, first. Have you noticed anything that you have seen, like maybe within your family or people that you know, that when something happens to a person physically, then their mental just kind of changes?
It can be a lot of things because if you think about it, man, as a man thinking,
So is he.
so easy. I see. Have you seen some people? And I'm not calling nobody out, but you know, some people say they're hypochondriac, something like that.
Yeah.
They always something about to happen.
It's always
Anxiety,
about-
something you know, you can get something can happen, and some people end up with anxiety attacks and all
They
that kind of
internalize
stuff.
it.
You know, they internalize it in a certain way. And I can think too, if you know you got like, and I think this can be psychological. If you know you got high blood pressure, you know you got high cholesterol, you won't take the medication because the doctor trying to set you up. But then when you feel something, you get nervous.
Yeah.
And then your mind can start working and you get sweating and you start doing different things. Next thing you know, you can end up in the hospital.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they hook you up to the EKG and all that stuff and say, "There's nothing wrong with you," you're like, "Okay, I'm fine." And you just leave.
Yeah.
You know, people do that for real. It's like your mind can really go and set your body up for some crazy stuff. So you have to be careful. There's people that always expect the worst, look for the worst.
Right.
You know that something always happens. They
Exactly.
fell off a bike, you know, fell down the stairs, do something. But
Exactly.
people that's more positive thinking a lot of time. And I know people have their own things that go through. Those things can happen.
Yeah.
That's
What
just
do you think about that, Jennifer?
I definitely believe that mental can affect physical,
Right.
and therefore I suffer from ulcerative colitis, so that's an autoimmune disease, and over my lifespan. You know, when you're younger, you just like, hey, I'm gonna party until I die.
We gonna party,
I'm living my life.
You start hitting 40, you know, I still look 20.
Okay, that part.
Yeah. You know, as you get older, things start happening. So when I started at that 40, I realized I had to really pay attention to what I eat and what I drink, and definitely stay hydrated. At this age, you know, perimenopause is kind of creeping in, and that really does affect mentally. You know, when your hormones start to fluctuate and things like that. And I have found for me, just exercising, getting up, moving can change my whole mental mood, even though I know it's hormonal. But you know, my doctor's like, stay moving, stay hydrated, get some vitamins, and it helps me have a more positive attitude. And you feel better.
Yeah,
you feel better.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, I'm a hairstylist, so when you look good, you know, that helps.
Yes.
And let's do this, and that's a great response, because like you said, you do, when you're young, you're gonna live forever. And the older you get, you realize, you know what, I'm not gonna do.
I'm not gonna be here.
We say Mr. Corey Taylor for last because he works in this space. So to get into more, maybe a serious component of it, what are we dealing with when we talk about this mental health versus physical health?
Well, you know, I've been dealing with working in the mental health field now since 2017. Shout out to my business partner, Dr. Gina Rosalia. She's taught me a lot. She's like an OG of mental health. Like, she sits on the governor's board for mental health and stuff like that. So I've been blessed to work with her side by side. But one of the things that she taught me was that the company Restorative Alternative Wellness, she said that, you know, typically it's a revolving door. If people have mental health issues, it affects them physically. But if they have physical issues, it affects them mentally. So you are right, because it's a revolving door. A lot of times, if you go to the doctor, and the doctor will tell you, if you are stressed, you should you should try to figure out how to eliminate it, because you'll start developing cortisol in your body. And when you start having cortisol develop in your body, it starts taking a toll on you physically.
Oh, wow.
That's one thing. And so for myself, here's a little personal note. I kidney disease runs in my family. And so when I started having some kidney issues, the first thing that the doctor told me was, he said, you're going to be fine, probably never have to hit dialysis. He said, but these are the things you need to stay away from. He said, number one, stress. He said, if you have any physical ailment in your body, stress is like one of the top contributors to getting you to go downhill very, very fast.
Wow.
So you have to be able to fight things mentally, because a lot of times, and then what we've seen at the practice is that when we have a lot of older senior population come through, they may be dealing with chronic pain, and that's why they come into therapy, because that physical ailment starts taking a toll on you mentally. Just imagine if you couldn't get up because you have back problems. You're in the bed all day. You can't go anywhere. Who's got, if people are working, they can't come see you, they can't come talk to you, start feeling isolated, and then depression starts kicking in. It may not be chronic depression, but it can be situational depression. And so it does work hand in hand on so many levels.
Man, just like that. And I think about it sometimes, when I think like about my grandparents, you know, sometimes they're old and one passes away. They're older age. And they literally say the other one just passed away from a broken heart. But nothing was going on. Grandma just left. Papa was gone. And that's what y'all think about that.
No, it's real.
It's real. Yeah,
it's real.
I see where sometimes the caretaker goes first. The person that's ill, they last longer. The caretaker passes away, and then the person that they've been taking care of for so long, because the caretaker has so much stress on them trying to take care of the other person. And it's like they don't even realize, they don't pay attention to their health needs because you're so focused on this person. But
sacrificing their own. Shout out Renee. Renee is on Smith. UAM. He's in here. And Polo Powell.
Y'all got a reunion going on.
Bar Powell from St. Louis. I thought you was him because y'all both
yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't know, is it Polo Powell? Because he always lucky anyway. But anyway, I'm doing a couple more shout outs because I want people to be like, Charles, you didn't say nothing to me, man. You ain't like Alicia Walker. Welcome to the show.
You see Uganda's in the building.
Uganda.
The
whole village.
All right.
It's up here with us. Welcome to the show as well. Man, it's a lot of people on today, man. We appreciate y'all. We don't take it for granted that y'all lock in with us and roll with us, and hopefully we'll give you some news that you can use Pat Pickup. I like that name. I'm
Hey,
change my name to Pat Pickup.
Stop it.
That means something.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, Damali, let's get to it. I know you got something.
Hey,
else
Gina
to
said
talk about.
thanks for the shout out.
I knew
Just
she was
like
gonna
that.
be on here.
Yes. Okay, and so to your point, what you said about the things that you do to turn yourself around, right? So this article says that having a mental problem doesn't mean doesn't mean it's inevitable that you would develop a physical health problem. There are things that you can do to give yourself the best chance of staying physically well. Number one thing is exercise. Number two thing is eat well.
Right.
Number three thing is stop smoking.
Man.
Which is very hard to do. We know some folks that smoke and they are having a hard
But I
time
understand that's why
with
they call it an addiction.
Can
Right.
I jump in here and say
Sure,
something that
sure.
should be on that list? And
Yeah,
I learned this: self-care.
Yes.
Man, come
That's
on.
got to be
Say it
number
again.
one, because self-care is an umbrella. And if you're going to deal with self-care, you're going to start looking at what you're eating. You're going to start looking at exercise. You're going to start looking at the toxins that you're putting in your body.
Sure.
So
Right.
self-care it sounds selfish, but it is about taking care of yourself. Think about this. When you go on an airplane, you got little kids and they say, in case of emergency, what do they tell you to do?
Put your mask
Put
on
your
first.
mask on first.
Right.
Why? Because if you pass out and your kids are little, they can't reach a mask.
Right.
So there's no way you can help them. So people need to do self-care to take care of themselves, and that's going
I
to help
love it.
them.
Looking, Fiore says, so true food addiction too is directly related to emotional stress.
Yes.
I believe that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally believe that.
Bring me the ice cream and the chips.
Exactly.
I'm stressed out
Yes.
right now by the TV.
Look
Yeah.
at her chiming in all the way from Saudi Arabia.
From
Okay.
Saudi Arabia.
All right,
Welcome
Kiara.
to the
Okay.
show. Come on.
All right. So as part of this article, I also found out that there are 10 states that are the worst to live in for mental health. And there are 10 states that are the best.
It's not us, is it? We know.
Let's read them all.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the top 5 of each. How about that?
Okay.
Top 5 each. So the worst states for mental health.
Uh-oh.
This is so sad. You say New York?
I
California.
say New York
California?
is one of them.
No.
No?
No.
So you never know, huh?
Worst states. Okay, so here we go. Number 1 is Nevada.
What?
Nevada.
I know.
Oh, gambling. They done spent all their money.
That's so now depressed. Yeah.
That depends on who winning and losing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but Nevada.
Okay, so these are the worst.
No,
Remember
I'll
that.
tell you
Worst
why it
states.
is, because
What?
what goes on in Vegas
Stays in Vegas.
That's the problem.
They
That
can't
is
talk
the
about
problem.
We can't talk about it. They can't get it out.
Las Vegas,
They walking
Nevada.
around with that Vegas in them. Can't get that out. That's why.
Okay, number 2 worst state to live in for mental health is Oregon.
Wow.
I don't know nothing about Oregon.
Oregon?
I don't
Wait
know
a
nothing
minute.
about
Hold on.
Oregon.
Now, hold on. Uncle Bobby, I know you'd have been to Oregon.
I don't know. I don't know.
It rains,
I never
but
been
it,
to
but
Oregon.
but
so I
it's
don't know.
got like beautiful forest areas.
It's
and
a pretty-
mountains.
it's a pretty place.
In Oregon?
Yeah, it's
I
a pretty
used-
place.
It's really there, maybe.
Oregon
Maybe.
would be a place to go relax.
I
I've been there. Yes.
Apparently,
Like Portland, Oregon, and all
Yeah.
of that.
mental
No.
health
wow.
issues. But guess what number 3 is?
What is number 3?
Oklahoma.
Maybe you won't.
Oklahoma. Maybe you're not
Oklahoma.
going to Jennifer.
Oh,
Oklahoma.
maybe I read that.
Almost
We
said.
are
Almost
the
said.
worst
Really?
states for mental health.
Oh
Number
my
three.
God.
Oklahoma's number 3.
Well, we got some crazy folks here.
Corey, your company. We need to.
Yeah, we need to-
Come on.
y'all need to do more.
So
Y'all need to expand.
I'm not shocked at that, because I said Dr. Gina sits on the governor's board,
Yes.
and they are actually, there's a shortage of mental health providers here in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And so you can get students now to start providing mental health. If they're going to become a therapist or something,
Mhm.
before they graduate, they can start working.
Oh, wow.
Oklahoma.
It's that,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
it's that bad. And you know, it also goes to the
Wow.
the opioid addiction and
Yeah,
all of that
yeah.
stuff. So we got a lot of extenuating factors here that builds up on that mental health basis. So I'm not really that
Yeah.
shocked. I was shocked, but I wasn't. I thought we'd be a little bit further down the list.
Yeah,
Let me
not
say
number 3, like
Not
maybe
three.
number 8.
I
Nah.
got
Corey,
it.
what you-
So now I'm gonna go back to school. I'm gonna do mental health, and then I'm gonna
Yes.
do your hair and listen to you and get paid for listening
For both,
to you.
but on
That's
both
right.
sides, I'm doing your hair and I'm
Boom.
listening. Okay,
Let me ask
Y'all
y'all.
wanna-
entrepreneur.
Somebody did-
Yeah, yes.
I'm gonna ask y'all because it throws me off, because most people, when you're dealing with stuff, most people go to church. When you get scared, go to church. The gangsters even say you go to church. You know, but my thought is, with this being the Bible Belt,
Right.
Wow.
we number 3 in mental health. You know what I'm talking about? Meaning we the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
You know, but we still number 3 anyway. We're not.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 4 and 5. Arizona's number 4 and Washington is number 5.
Now, I know Washington because it rains all the time.
It rains all the time in
It
Washington.
rains all the
Yeah.
time.
But Arizona?
Arizona.
Arizona's
Maybe it's
beautiful.
too hot.
Yeah,
It
maybe.
dries people up.
Yeah.
You gotta stay
You say-
hydrated.
You say prune, it's prunes out there making them mad. They like, you know what I'm saying?
Damali, let me throw this out. There's a lot of people listening. I appreciate y'all.
Wow.
Teresa said Oklahoma has closed so many mental health places.
That is true.
That's the beauty of
Yeah.
our show is
Yeah.
everybody's engaged in the show.
Mhm.
So that could be a reason why,
Yeah.
because you don't have places to go. Because sometimes everybody can get off their rocker just a little bit.
Just
And
a
if you
little
at least can go get some help for 1 or 2 days,
Yeah.
a week or 2,
Mhm.
you can snap back. But if those places are closed,
Mhm.
now how you gonna survive now when you can't go get help?
Okay, so let's switch over to the 5 best places
Okay, let's hear
for
it.
mental
Yeah,
health.
let me pack up
Best
my bags.
states.
Pack up
5
my
best
bags.
states.
No, I'm
So
just
number 1 is Montana.
Yeah, nothing.
none of us never been there.
Ain't nobody in
No, I'm just
Montana.
I'm like, what?
That's the best. Look,
Maybe
we ain't gonna fool.
horse riding is
Nobody's in
Have you ever
Montana.
been to
Maybe you're
Montana?
calm when you're riding a horse
Montana?
in
Wait a
Montana.
minute, is that where Kanye West had moved to?
He did.
He moved.
But you see how he came back.
No, but I'm not trying to be funny.
Like
I
that,
have
like with a spacesuit on.
I have an old high school track coach. He literally has a home in Montana. He lives in Kansas, but he has a home in Montana. And he tells me that he's like, I'll go up there and go hunting, and it's very relaxed. And I'm like, there's nobody up there though. Maybe that's the point.
Yeah, that's the
Why
point.
is
No problems.
We should go visit and
Montana.
do a show live.
Yeah.
KBOB,
And just
NYC,
show
we got
everybody.
FM.
Yeah.
We live in
We're gonna
Montana.
keep the list.
I'm
We're
going
gonna have to
with
do. Yeah,
You going?
we're going.
Yes,
We're going.
I'm going.
Road trip.
We'll fly you
Road
in.
trip.
Oh, I got you. I'm
Road
there.
trip. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
That's number 1.
All right. So number 2, Vermont.
Oh, that's just like Montana.
That's right by each other.
Same thing, you
Come on,
know.
Same thing. Okay. Number 3, Massachusetts.
Okay.
All right.
None of these sound like. I don't
Actually,
know.
though, I've been to Boston. You know, my oldest daughter
Boston.
used to live in Boston. It's a nice place.
Yeah.
They got crime, but it's got some nice outlets there. It is relaxing. It's
Okay.
different. It's a different vibe. Yeah, it's a
vibe.
different vibe.
Depends on where you at.
Yeah,
What
depends,
about South
Like,
Dakota?
if you're in Roxbury, now.
That-
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
No.
That's right with Vermont and
Yeah,
Montana.
that's what I'm saying. This is like
All
right,
of
so
them
that
up
whole-
there.
Places
All right, and the
less
number
population.
5 is Rhode Island.
Number 5 is Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Now,
Man.
listen,
I think
What
number 10 for you two, Arkansas
is the best place
is the best place.
it's the best
Come
place
on.
for what?
Number 10 for mental health.
for mental health?
One of
And
the
I
best
just read
states.
Arkansas was the number 1 place for teen pregnancy. So I don't know how that's
That kind of makes sense. Just
Oh,
a
no.
little. That's not good. It's not a good situation.
balance out.
Well, let's be fair though. We close to Arkansas here, so they got a lot of little trees and forests and
Oh,
little
yeah.
tree
Yeah.
areas.
It's
Yeah.
more.
I think we
Spring.
thinking about when you've seen TV banging in little
Right.
little rock that seem like, yo,
Everybody-
this ain't the right place. You know what I'm
Arkansas
saying?
is the natural state, y'all.
It's the
na-
Yeah, it's the
exactly.
natural
And
state.
it's
Yeah,
some,
it's
it's
the
some
natural state.
really
Right.
nice
Hot
places.
springs.
I go to hot springs. I
Right.
go
It's
to
beautiful.
Springs.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's
a
beautiful.
lot of- when you're young in Arkansas, you like, I'm going to Magic Springs. We're going to
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
a place. You
It's
go drink
beautiful.
water out of a creek.
AJ said that he's going with us to Montana.
Everybody going to Montana.
He
We
is
gotta
on
go
the
see what's
Montana
going on.
trip.
And I was
Arkansas,
raised on the farm in Arkansas, so I can't say that is very, I've had friends come home with me for college,
Loved it.
and when they from the city, he was like, it's too quiet out here.
Right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
turn the radio on something because we can hear crickets out where I'm from.
Right.
So it is calming and relaxing if that's what you want.
If that's
But
what you-
everybody not banging in Little Rock.
Sure not. Stop that.
I
95.
I told you, I just what the TV show was. I said that's what people get confused with. That's why they
Yeah.
wouldn't think it is a calm place to live.
Exactly.
Okay, now we got some
Hilarious.
more guests in here. We love y'all. Might bring y'all back. This is getting too
Yeah,
fun.
I know, right?
But before we just want to let people know like a little bit. If you want people to follow you, if it's something you're doing business wise, if it's something you got coming
Yes.
up, we got 2.5 thousand people on. Give them that before we let you go.
Okay, y'all. Well, I am a hairstylist, so y'all can follow me at Hair Favor. That's HAIRFAVOR across the board on Instagram and Facebook. You can follow me at Auntie Fab on TikTok. And I got some things coming up. I can't tell you just yet,
Not yet.
but y'all keep watching, and your girl is coming.
And
Okay.
thank you for coming.
Yes.
Spending some time with us. It has
Yes.
been so
You're
good.
welcome.
We have had a blast the last
We
several days.
have.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun.
They have treated me well, y'all, since
Yeah.
I've been here. So.
Mr. Corey, tell the people something. If you got something coming up, something going on, there's a lot of people on here.
Okay, well, the first thing is if it's about mental health, it's rawok.org. They can reach out to that for mental health stuff, and we're there to help. But then, I'm excited because I'm going to be joining you all on World One Development. Yes, so if you're going to be looking for me, look for me on Sunday afternoons from 1 to 3.
Yes.
The Soul of Sundays.
Oh, NYCU.FM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have to get that number 3 ranking of mental health. We're going to take that on down to 10.
All
We're
right.
going to push that down.
Push it down.
Push that down. We ain't going out like that.
Yes.
Well, again, we're going to take a picture and we'll post this on our social media platforms. We're going to take a real quick break. Man, we got some other special guests in here. Another group coming in, Damali. I'm excited about y'all locked in at KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development. News you can use, Charles and Damali. We'll be right back. Love you, Jennifer. Love you, Corey.
Yes.
Until next time. So,
yeah, is somebody else on that?
I got a little hallway out there.
The hallway.
My little back hallway. Hey, that was fun.
See?
Yeah, we did this all the time.
That was really fun. Yeah. Came in, there's some more people showed up.
They showed up, okay. They just like, we just gonna come and bum rush the set. Okay, what's all that?
A little picture after this.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Let's see.
Boom.
You got the
Yes.
How y'all feeling? Feeling good? Good and hungry? I know. She just said something about food. I'm like, don't do me like that. I got some water.
Right.
Oh,
I ain't know that.
And if you want to see what people, if you are on Facebook, if you go to World One Development Facebook page, we'll be live. You can see our people. There's almost a lot of people. And questions.
Can we see the
Oh yeah, we broadcast, so you can see it out there. So
After this,
Y'all can go headphones on, please.
we're gonna right after this.
it's KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News you can use, Charles and Damali, and we having too much fun.
Yes, we are having a blast
And
today.
on Greenwood, home
Yeah.
of Black Wall Street, and it's just getting better and better.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we have another couple of guests that are actually in studio with us. We have Miss Priscilla and Miss Belinda in studio, and they're going to tell us about something that they've got going on. And these are one of our dear friends, Miss Wendy Williams. She has been a friend of ours forever. As a matter of fact, I used to work with her husband, Danny Williams, in the law office. And so we've been friends forever, but these ladies are representing her with their organization. So I guess we'll go, Belinda, we'll go with you first. Tell the people who you are and a little bit about yourself, and then we'll go over to you, Miss
You
Priscilla.
got to tell us where you went to school.
Yes.
Because I know what I'm dealing with. No, I'm just playing.
Absolutely. Well, my name is Belinda Jones. I am a registered nurse and a member of the Eastern Oklahoma Black Nurses Association.
Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Where
Where did you go?
Well, college, high school.
High school.
Oh, high school. So I'm from Oklahoma City.
Oh,
Okay.
What school did you
And
go
I
to?
went to Northwest Classroom.
Northwest
okay, well,
Class?
you all right.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
That's
All right.
Shout out to Northwest Class. I graduated from Langston, so I was down there by Northwest Class and all the time.
Yeah, so that's where I got my undergrad in nursing, Langston.
Okay.
Langston.
Okay.
Yeah,
AOU.
and so,
Okay, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, got my graduate degree at OU.
Okay. And Miss Priscilla?
And I'm Priscilla McFolding. I'm a registered nurse for over 30 years. I've been with the Eastern Oklahoma Black Nurses Association probably going on three years.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not from Oklahoma. I'm from Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot of people on from Mississippi. So we got Mississippi in the house. We just explained it, so you represent your state. All right. Do y'all call it Mississippians or something like that?
Yeah, Mississippi.
See that? We got it
Yes,
just
yes,
like that.
yes, yes.
Okay, I think it's fitting, Damali, to have them on today because we're talking about physical health versus mental health and how they kind of correlate with each other. So I think it's just fitting to get into something from two people that have gotten educated in it versus us that we just shooting and trying to get something.
I know, right?
But anyway, it's a fantastic event coming up, and we want to give y'all the opportunity to talk about the event, when, how people get engaged, and all that good stuff. So.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I'll start just a little bit. the Eastern Oklahoma Black Nurses Association, we're a local chapter of the National Black Nurses Association.
Okay.
Right.
And last year they formed a maternal health task force. And they are focusing on making sure that Black moms have the opportunity to have comprehensive health care so that they can have improved and better outcomes for their maternal health, right?
Right.
So this is kind of what led us to our event.
Okay.
Our event is called Healthy Women, Thriving Children. Our focus this year is on maternal health because we know the health outcomes for pregnant women in Oklahoma is not its best. There's
Right.
a lot of work to be done.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we know that according to the Maternal Mortality Review annual report, 25 out of 100,000 women died. 25 women died per 100,000 births.
Wow.
And that was between 2018 and 2020.
Wow.
So since COVID, that number has actually gone up.
Wow.
So we're at 31 deaths per 100,000 live births.
Wow.
So we need to do a lot of work.
A lot of work.
So our health fair is on April the 20th at Lacey Park Community Center, 2134 North Madison, Place. And it is from
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Thank you.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
to 1 p.m. Yes. So we want people to come out. We have a great slate of speakers, OBGYNs, obstetricians, doulas,
Oh yeah.
midwives.
Yeah.
So we'll have a keynote speaker and some breakout sessions where families can ask questions and learn about some of the challenges that are happening, particularly with our African American community. You know, Black women are 1.5 times more likely to die at childbirth than white women. So it is definitely an issue that needs to be addressed. So we really want to bring that to the forefront. But we also have some fun activities going on at this event. First 150 people, free lunch.
Come on,
You know,
there you go.
food.
I'm coming first.
Yes.
You got me.
Yes.
I'm going. Can I come?
Got
I'm
me.
coming.
Yeah.
Somebody give me a wig or something. I'm coming. He's getting the sandwich and go.
Right.
I'm excited that y'all are doing this, and I'm excited that y'all. My sister is also is an RN. You know, and man, the RN. You talking about the person that have the heart, the one that's gonna look out for you. So when we hear this, we're just kind of wow, we don't know what to do.
Right.
But y'all are actually in the field. Y'all are in the space. So when you're in the hospital and you know these stats, what makes that different for the both of you? If that makes sense.
I think for me, and just disclaimer, I'm no longer working in the hospital or working in the maternal health arena.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
advocating for better outcomes for our African American women. So for me, we're Black women. We are moms, right? We have daughters who will either are moms or will be moms one day. So we want to make sure that we are creating a system that's going to give them the best care that they can. They're listened to, that their voices are valuable, and they're the experts within their own body to know what's happening. So we want to make sure we are building a slate for them to have better health outcomes.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that this is awesome because one of the things that we do here on this show is we advocate. Our favorite saying is "Your health is wealth," and so to be able to share this information so that the community can get out and learn, because you just don't know what you don't know. Right. And so this is an opportunity, an educational opportunity to find out what it is that you don't know that's going to increase your quality of life, and increase the quality of life for those around you. So I thank you ladies for doing this. I thank you ladies for actually coming on the show and sharing this information. Can you tell everybody one more time the event, the date, time, and what they need to do to be a part of it?
So the event is Healthy Women, Thriving Children, April 20th from 10 to 1 p.m. We will also have Blue Cross Blue Shield carrying van and full disclosure, I work for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Okay.
But it's very important because there are hundreds of children in Tulsa Public School who are not immunized properly. There's a huge gap. So free immunizations. All they have to do is bring the kids out and we'll make sure they get taken care of. We're also going to have kids Discovery Lab at the event.
Cool. Yeah.
And if anyone knows about Discovery Lab, it's a part of the gathering place.
Right.
Yeah. Great
It's
facility. So they will be there to entertain the kids during the event.
You know what? And I had a question. I mean, when you said that about immunizations for children, it seems as if when kids are younger, then there's like this whole big deal, in school about they got to get their shots. But then as they, matriculate from elementary to middle school to even high school, there's still shots that they're supposed to take. But it seems like we don't talk about that as much, And the reason I said something about that is because when we got ready to go to Africa, to Uganda, then they were like, "Hey, did you have this particular shot? You were supposed to have this in high school." And I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't take no shots when I got in high school." You know what I mean? Like I didn't. It's just like I remember doing them all when I was younger. So it seems like there's a gap there.
Yeah, the requirements have changed over time, and certainly everyone should check with their pediatrician doctors.
Right.
But if you come out to this event on the 20th,
right,
the Tulsa Health Department will be there, and into their database, they'll be able to look and see any needs your specific children may have for immunizations. Awesome. Because, that they may be up to date right now, but as the new year starts, they're going into the 6th grade, there may be a need for an additional immunization.
Right. Let me, Gretchen P. Lewis.
Hey, Gretchen, how you doing, sis?
On a mission trip to Uganda, the 20th, she's working with young mothers, and kind of in this arena, but then we're doing that on a mission trip. So she just tuned in from Alabama.
Yes, Alabama.
Welcome to the show. I just want to ask you think about what made y'all decide to be a nurse? How did you decide that I want to go into this field?
As early as 5 years old,
wow.
I have always said I wanted to be a nurse.
Oh, wow.
So when I graduated, I went to Tougaloo College. Shout out to my HBC.
Yes. There you go.
And I transferred to the University of Mississippi Medical Center, which is where I got my nursing degree.
Yes.
So just always wanted to be there.
Are there people in your family that are nurses?
My mom worked as a nursing assistant for a short period of time.
Yeah.
This is the thing, we had 2 KIP interns here, and that's what I told them before they got off. It's kind of what you say when you're young.
Yes.
It's amazing how, and I said, I get that all the time. I'm glad they're still sitting here, because now they're here again. I asked, why you been? Well, since I was 5, I said, and now.
And now it's never changed. That's what I wanted to do.
Was this a dream to reality for you, or how did you decide to do it?
Right. I had an aunt my aunt Tiny, who was a nurse.
Okay.
And I was so impressed with her as a young child. She put on her white, the whites with the cap, and go into work. And she started to talk about some of her experiences and, motorcycle victims and really traumatic situations that she was able to be a part of. And from then on, I just sort of thought, nursing, wow, this is such a opportunity to help people.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I really started to learn more about it and have a great deal of respect for nurses, other nurses. I love training nurses, developing nurses, and encouraging people to become nurses. We need more.
Yes, absolutely.
Especially that look like us.
Yes, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
So, Mom, I just want to say before we let them go, I just want to say thank you so much. We all go through a scary time, and y'all on the first line. You know what I mean? And thank you for what you're doing for the women. Because when I sit and think about, we incarcerate the most women in the whole entire world. In Oklahoma, then you have this situation going on, and all that. It's like the women have been holding us down from day one. No matter how far we go back. So I love to see efforts like this. And I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna serve the food. I'm gonna eat a couple of plates, but I'll serve. Let me know I can help.
Wendy, get your boy.
Yeah, give me a serve. That means nourishment and energy. So is it a website? Is it a Facebook? Is it any social media that the people on the live can follow, or anything else?
So we do have an Eastern Oklahoma Black Nurses Association website.
Yes.
I think it's eobna.
We'll take a picture and we'll post it.
Yes.
So
we also have a Facebook page as well, and so it's posted on our Facebook page as well.
Okay, so before we let you go, we got a lot of people on that's listening all around the world. But y'all like nurses, just give people a couple pointers on how just to have better health, whatever that is.
So I think one, you need to be able to advocate for yourself, because you're going to be your best advocate.
Right.
And then a lot of people feel like if they have a physician, that physician is the one that's in charge, and I don't have the right to fire him. You do. If you have someone that's not listening to you, you feel like you're not being valued, your voice is just not being heard, you look around. Just like you go out and buy a new car, you're on a test drive, you can change physicians. You get what works best for you.
Yeah.
That would be mine.
Yeah.
That is really good. I've never heard nobody say that either.
I know.
So thank you for that.
Okay, Ms. Belinda, what do you think?
Well, absolutely agree with Priscilla, but also, you know what? If you smoke, you really need to stop.
There you go.
Smokers, are you listening?
Yeah.
It's definitely a cause of many types of comorbid diseases. Also diet. And you hear it's cliche, but exercise. Those are all things that are going to help keep you healthy. But again, go to the doctor. Black folks, go see your doctor.
Yes.
Don't be afraid. They're there to keep you healthy.
Yes. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you coming in and sharing and, just your candor with our listeners. We appreciate that. You guys are welcome anytime.
Right.
So you guys come on back. Wendy, they did a good job.
They did a great job. We're going to take a selfie and we're going to post all this information. We're going to support it. We're going to keep spreading the word. Is that good?
Yes.
All right, y'all. Enjoy your day. This is KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News. You can use Charles and Damali. We're going to take a quick break because you know why? We got 2 more special guests. Yes. That's what we do in the community. That's why we got Uncle Bobby.
Yes.
We'll be right back, y'all.
Yes.
So we take a selfie with y'all.
Yeah.
And we got the information, so we'll post the link.
I have that flyer.
Yeah. I know it's hard. Our website is on my phone.
If you slide it, yeah.
On our website.
I know.
You like to look at it. Yeah, we're gonna face this way. We'll have that in the back.
Oh, that's in the back.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Best version of yourself. Thank you so much. All right.
Ladies, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, have them sign the board.
Oh yeah, make sure you sign the board because you done came in. This what's up.
Grab one of my cards over there on the desk.
Yeah, they do a medical report here. I wish Dr. Purdy would have been here every week.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the original plan.
Blue Cross Blue Shield, right?
Yes.
Do you guys have grants like for kids?
They have lots of different grants, opportunities.
For kids, for
they
youth
go to
program?
organizations.
Okay.
So,
Because we're looking for, I've got a nonprofit juice radio show. They we do things with them and we solicit for grants.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So if you got any leads or something, just let me know.
Okay. All right. I have your card and I'll call you. I can get you in touch with the person who does that for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Right. Okay. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm.
TV, also for equity initiative, and then Queens Village.
Can I borrow this for a second? And I'll give you that.
You can have it? Oh, okay. Well,
Okay, I like that.
and y'all have an event coming up? Or you just want to talk about it?
Oh yeah. Oh, next week.
Yes.
Oh, this is for you guys as
And
well.
this week.
Oh, you bought us Mark? I brought a whole. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you got that too. Okay, please see my stuff. Yes.
You guys want to go right after this or you want
Yes.
one more?
One more.
One more?
Yeah,
Okay.
take their headphones on, make sure they sound good. So when we first come on, it's just gonna be like a little bit about yourself. Where you went to high school, maybe college. Yes, I'm from wherever. I'm from Tulsa, I'm hungry. We're gonna do that first. Then we'll roll into y'all are here to talk about this what's going on, get the details, and then let people know where you follow you, like at the end, how to follow, how to sign up, how to draw.
Okay, got it.
Cool.
Okay, one more commercial.
And this is a World One Development Facebook page. So if you want to see all the people, there's a lot of people on that you want to see. KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News you can use, and we are back.
We are back, and we have been having a blast in studio. We have had so many guests, and they are all bringing us some knowledge that we need in order to survive in this crazy world.
Man, you know what? I feel like I'm ready for everything tomorrow right now.
I know, right?
Really, it started out with the youngsters. They gave me a couple tips on how to be better for our future. You know what I'm talking about? So that's always good. But sometimes in the midst of this world we live in, man, you can forget everybody.
That part.
You know, but we on top of it today.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep the party going.
Yes.
And so we have two more special guests. We have Miss Megan and Miss Deshauna in studio right now, and they're going to tell us about some initiatives that they have. But before we get started, we're going to have each one of them tell us something about themselves and where they're from, and what high school you went to, what college you went to, whatever you want to share with the people. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just start with you, Megan.
Hello, my name is Megan Bice. I am a proud Tustin native.
Come on,
I went to Union High School.
Okay, Union.
And then I went to the only HBCU in Oklahoma,
LU.
Okay.
LU's in the house.
Okay. And so, go ahead, Deshaun.
Oh, my name is Deshara B.
Deshara.
I might as well be a Tulsa native. I was born in Chicago, but I've been here since I was 4.
Okay, so yeah, you're a Tulsa native.
Right, I'm a Tulsa native. I went to East Central High School.
Okay.
I went to PWI, University of Central Oklahoma. Megan and I actually.
That's where we met.
Yeah.
We're right
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank y'all for being here as well. Damali, I like the right kind of energy.
Absolutely.
That roll in, man. We're on Greenwood, home of Black Wall Street. We try to let people understand there are a lot of great things happening. You just got to plug in. You just got to tap in. I thought Megan was only just a kickball champion.
Right.
That Lacey Park, but now you go.
Don't get it twisted,
I'm playing
right?
kickball. Once you're gonna blast shot, you're gonna kick the ball to the fence and run a home run and laugh at you. So be careful out there on that field. Okay.
So today, this is the medical report. It's what we share on the second Wednesday of every month. And so, today I'm so excited and encouraged because we've been able to share so much medical news.
Yes.
And so you ladies have some important information that you want to share with our listeners that they really need to know about. And I'm super excited about it. So we'll go ahead and just pass the ball. Whichever one of you wants to start first, and tell us about your event, what it is, why it's important, and why people should participate and how they can participate.
Right.
We're very with Tulsa Equity Initiative. Black Maternal Health Week starts the 11th to the 17th. So we have several
tomorrow.
Yes.
So we kick it off tomorrow with our medical professionals seminar from 6 to 8. We have Dr. Alford who did
Yes.
So she will be our guest speaker.
Yes.
We're so excited to have her. Following that, this Saturday, we're having our community block party at Lacey Park.
Oh, you say block party?
Yes,
Hold
block
on,
party.
man.
Yes, the whole family is invited, so
okay.
please come.
Yeah.
So that'll be from 11 to 2. We have a kids zone. We have resource tables, face paintings, inflatables, all that.
It's gonna be lit, y'all.
Just listen. Anytime there's something happening at Lacey Park, it's always lit. I'm just gonna say that.
And the ticket, we don't work.
Yeah.
We work with Megan on a couple things.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
she don't miss.
Uh-huh.
You know how people like, man, she don't miss.
Yeah.
You don't like to go miss on this. Now you got bagged up with you. Y'all putting it together. So you tap in. How you feeling about the events that's coming out?
I'm super excited, and I just want to let y'all in on something. Me and Megan kind of have an ongoing meeting at all times. Our meetings never end, and so we're super excited for the events coming up. I actually oversee a program called Queens Village. We have a chapter here in Tulsa, but it didn't start here. It started in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
At the time, the Black infant mortality rate was the highest that it had ever been there.
Wow.
And so what they focused on was targeting the issues that Black women face that contribute to the already systemic racism that they experience in the hospital systems. And so they focused on mitigating isolation, chronic stress for them. And 5 years later, the Black infant mortality rate is the lowest that it has ever been.
Wow.
That is something. So when you support Black women, things happen, things shift, right? Yeah. And so that's what we're looking to do here in Tulsa. So we're going to kick off this year with our community baby shower for Black women.
Yes.
We on Black Wall Street.
Also at Lacey.
Yes.
So we're super excited. We create a safe space for Black women. Culturally for us, connection, community, sisterhood is very important to us. And so we keep that space sacred for Black women. So
I love your logo. That's awesome.
Do you see her
crowd? I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What I love about this too, Damali, because I know last month was Women's Professional Black Month. What was it?
National Women's History Month.
National Women's History Month, just last month. Now to roll into this, I just think we keep the party going. And I always, because I got 6 aunties, I'm around, and it's just you feel like you just know that it's the Black women that have always held us down from the beginning of time. And it seemed like some way, somehow, people try to make them get the short end of the stick. And I just love to see everybody coming up, keeping the right energy, keeping the mental together, and still doing things to be a blessing to everybody. Because when you hear about all these things that's coming out with the mortality rates and depression and anxiety and all that stuff, that a lot of that stuff is designed a certain way. And I'm happy that this is going to start getting relief, like you said, with the stress and stuff went down, and then things start to change. So I'm just happy there's so many efforts and initiatives out here that just kind of changing that. For the younger ladies that are coming up, they can come up into a different world. Because I know y'all done had to deal with so much stuff. Like, man, I don't want my nieces and I don't want my kids and I don't want little children I see out in the park to deal with what we didn't have to deal with. So,
you know what I think that's important, that point that you just made, that younger women, you ladies are younger than our generation. And so you can speak the language, to the younger generation and get them interested in what they should be doing and how they, because a lot of times there's that barrier of, we don't want to miss the old people, they don't know what they talking about. That was back in day. And it's like, no, I'm just like 20 years older than you. You do understand that, right? So to have you ladies that are interested in this topic and that you can, present it in such a way that it'll get those moms out, and so that they can understand that they've got to also make sure that they're taking care and bringing their best self to take care of their children. Right. Exactly. So this is amazing. I appreciate you guys for doing that and being so fired up, because I can tell y'all ready. Oh yeah. Y'all ready to get the party started right now, today. I do.
So do y'all have website, Facebook, any social media where the people, got a lot of people on that can follow what's going on, to support what's going on, donate to what's going on, volunteer?
Yes.
Keep saying words.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Adjective. Yes, keep going. Yeah.
Well, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Tulsa Birth Equity Initiative. You want to go ahead and do it?
Yes, at Queens Village Tulsa on all platforms. That's Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Again, Queens Village Tulsa.
Yes.
Our website as well, tulsabirthequity.com.
If you miss some, come by KBOB. We're going to leave some here. We're going to take some with us on the road.
Yes.
So we're going to have them. But Black Maternal Health Week is scheduled.
Yes, and they got events Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday of next week. So guys, you don't want to miss. We'll post this. Do you have a digital version of this?
I do.
Okay.
And it's we have travel from so you
bam, no excuse.
Yeah. Did y'all hear that?
No excuse.
Child.
Everything.
Yes. Now they don't miss.
Okay.
So come out. We're going to swing
food and child care.
Just like that. So before we get off, we got about 1.2 on here. Just encourage people. Man, sometimes people just need some encouragement. So whatever you feel like you want to say to the people, local, national, international, just give them something.
Listen, I have something on my heart at all times.
Come on.
Listen, I live every day, obviously, in the shoes of a Black woman. And so this is an initiative that's very near and dear to my heart. Our ancestors took care of themselves. And somewhere along the lines, we learned that self-sacrifice was the equivalent of love. That's how we have to show up for our families. That's how we have to show up for ourselves. And that is not true. We are taking the time, especially in this generation. I think we're very audacious. So we're taking the time to heal, not just for ourselves, the generations that came before us, the generations that are coming after us. And so the way we even approach Black maternal health as an event, as an idea, as a monument, is very important because we matter. We are the cornerstone of
everything.
Existence. You feel me?
Yes.
So I'm super excited. Healing is for now. I mean, there's no, you don't have to put it off. The time to heal is now. The time to come together is now. The time for sisterhood is now. The time to elevate and amplify Black maternal health is now.
Sounds like
I love it.
Sounds like we better together. Come on, make it go something in there.
What you got? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. You know your strengths and weaknesses, right? I love it. I love
So
it.
I would say just thank you for y'all forever meetings that y'all have, because it comes out on the show.
Mhm.
People can feel that your energy and your vibe is good. And I know
Yes.
people gonna show up and show out, because every time you do something, we gonna blast this across all of our social media platforms.
Yes.
Thank you, Uncle Bobby, for continuing to just create this platform
Yes.
where we can tell our story our way,
Yes.
unfiltered. So what we have in our heart can come out,
Yes.
and that's therapeutic in itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you, ladies. We really appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
All right, well, we're gonna take a quick selfie.
Yes.
We're gonna post all this information, and we're gonna show up at Lacey Park
Yes.
starting
To eat.
tomorrow.
Yes. And we'll volunteer too. We good volunteer.
Okay.
Let us know what we can get in when we fit in.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. KBOB 89.9 FM, World One Development News. You can use Black Maternal Health Week. The schedule is here. It starts tomorrow. Got
Yes.
the young ladies that came in.
Yes.
Tap in. We'll be right back, y'all. Look.
Fire up the table, girl.
Just in case.
Get them sign the board.
So we'll take a selfie, get y'all sign the board.
Okay.
Y'all in the middle.
Okay. We book in.
Come on, Boogie.
Yes. Come on. Okay.
I love this.
I have you make a picture. Okay.
Text.
It's raining.
So is that so you want to pull Jennifer and Corey back in?
Wrap up.
Doesn't matter. Just wherever you want, wherever you can get in where you fit in. Y'all can go straight out.
Oh, go back. I like this.
Oh, you do? There we go.
We go 15 minutes. Uncle Bobby. Thank you. We'll see y'all.
All right.
So we look like this. You got the hump day hot topics, Uncle Bobby?
Y'all want to come back with that?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah. The bicycle ride.
Come back with hot hump day?
Play it. Yeah. We'll just jump right into it. So we're just gonna hump their hot topics, upcoming events. If y'all want to rehash something you told them before we go, we just gonna vibe it to the end.
Okay.
15 minutes, we'll be out of here.
Sure thing.
Here we go.
Mike.
And we are back. Damali, let me tell you something. It's hot in here. What they say in
I
St.
know,
Louis.
yes.
I'm gonna take off now, but it's hot in here.
I know, right? We
Never
are having a
sound.
good time.
Anyway, we're having a good time. Right here on KBOB 89.9 FM. We're gonna jump into these hump day hot topics. Uncle Brian is on. What's going on, Uncle Brian?
Hey, Uncle Brian.
And Gerald Dwayne Brown is in here.
Hey.
Mr. Robinson is in here. We're having a good time, y'all. But man, it's been a loaded show. People still hanging in here.
Yeah, still hanging in. So we,
Uncle Bobby gonna give us some background music.
We got some more.
15 minutes and we gone.
Yeah.
Just like that.
All right, so we brought back Mr. Corey and Miss Jennifer.
Yeah.
They're gonna be our sidekicks to the end of the show.
We went out there and they said, we ain't done with your audience yet. We ain't done
We
yet.
coming
We said,
back.
come on back on. Come on back in. So they're gonna rock out with us on these hot topics and they're gonna chime in to give us their input.
So I don't know how many of you have been off into the March Madness.
Yes.
March Madness has been amazing to me.
Oh, you
Right.
know I'm in it.
Okay.
And your spot, North Carolina's in here.
Yes. So, I want to give a huge shout out. If you have been watching basketball, then the women's game. Listen, I didn't even watch the men's game because the women's game, they had me. I'm telling you, the women had me.
Yeah, I think I must admit, I think the women ran it this year. The
Yes.
storyline
Yes.
and those things, they got it this year.
They got it this year. So
they said the ticket prices for the women was like 200% more than the men.
Yes.
Ticket prices.
Come on, ladies, let's get it.
Y'all hooping.
We hooping. So first of all, we want to give a huge shout out to the ladies of South Carolina.
Yes.
They did their thing. They took out Iowa.
They did.
Yeah.
And had a perfect season
A perfect
from the
season.
start
Undefeated.
to the end, undefeated. So listen, and the coach.
Dawn Staley.
Dawn Staley. Come on, man.
Her.
Come on, Corey.
But she getting some backlash now because she said something about God and she's like she refused to apologize.
Yeah.
So what's wrong with
She
that?
did. And they took that out of her interview when they did the thing on
Yes.
ESPN. I'm like,
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This
look.
world is getting crazy.
Jennifer, you know
It's
what?
crazy.
They don't understand how we make it through.
Man,
Come
That's
on.
the only
they don't
way we make
understand
it.
our struggle.
That's why we got to
They don't
start
understand
out.
our struggle.
Come on, come
Because
on.
all y'all done forgot about us. It's only God is all we got.
Yeah, that's how we got here. So listen, I found this article and I thought it was interesting and I thought you guys would want to hear it. So ABC and NBC are reporting that South Carolina's win over Iowa is the most watched basketball game, college or pro,
Yep.
since 2019.
Yep.
Man.
They're saying that some 18.87 million people watched South Carolina cap an undefeated season by beating Iowa 87-75 in Sunday's championship game.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's right. I added. I think it's the storyline.
Yes.
I think everything is. Corey, it's about the storyline.
It's
You know
always-
about Hollywood.
Always the
It's
storyline.
So how you think they did with the storyline when you kind of watched it unfold?
Well, anytime you want people to tune in, there's always going to have to be some anticipated drama.
There
Yes.
you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Something unexpected.
Yes.
It's so crazy because it seems like we always want drama
Messy.
in America.
It's
Messy.
messy.
We love
You
mess.
need it.
I mean, that's how shows survive in reality
Right.
television because
Yeah.
they're like, what's going on?
What they gonna do? Oh, I can't
You know what I'm
stand
saying?
them, but I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
anyway.
you gonna watch anyway because we're the itchy ear thing,
Right.
And so people want to hear, but yeah, they had the storyline down. Yeah, they definitely had the storyline, and I remember Dawn Staley from back in the day
Man,
Right.
back in the day,
when
been
she
in
was
for
a
long
hooper.
time.
Yeah,
Yes.
she been in it for a long time.
Yeah.
You know the thing with Caitlin Clark going on?
Man.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
That was a frenzy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
That was a frenzy
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
That was a whole different. And I think so. That took it back to last year
Mhm.
with her and the young lady from
Mhm.
LSU
Yes.
and the ring
Yes.
and all of that
Yeah.
controversy.
Look,
So when they
this
came
area-
back and all,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, now we back at that again.
Yes.
And so that storyline stuff.
Yeah.
That's the clickbait stuff
Yes.
and all of that.
Clickbait.
Yeah.
And and it's not so much because me and Damali, because we be doing radio, we be looking for the hot topic all the time. So
Yeah.
people texting, they texting me. I'm like, we're not saying that on the show, but we'll say it on
Right.
the hot topic. They say, Charles, it's only like 1% of black people an hour. I'm like, yeah. And then when you go to the Carolina, it's like 100 and something.
Yeah,
million.
right.
No.
Yeah.
1 point some million, which is different. So when you look at the crowd,
Yeah.
you just can't. Why we
Yeah.
can't get away from that?
Yeah.
Right.
Tap
Can't get
in,
away
Jeff.
from the
We
race
can't
thing.
get. We can't get away.
They always gonna look for us. We lead everything.
Yeah.
So it's how we started.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
we started. They
Mhm.
looking for it. They know. And I thought it was very unfair how they did Angel Reese because she's firm, she's
Mhm.
aggressive.
Yeah.
She's from the street. She plays
Yeah.
street ball.
Right.
She bring it to the court.
Right.
And if it's guys doing it, nobody have a problem with it.
Right.
Because Angel Reese brings street ball. Now they want to pit her and Caitlin against each
Right.
other.
Yes.
And all of
And
that.
then I thought it was very unfair to her when she cried. She's still a woman. She,
Yeah.
she
Still got
wanted to win.
emotions.
She didn't.
Yeah.
Now they make it a big. That was clickbait also.
Exactly.
Like, no, you can't be hard and cry.
Yeah.
Why not?
Acho
Yes.
said
The
that.
two
Acho, the
minutes
dude,
in.
Emmanuel
So did
Acho
on the
said that,
ESPN.
and boy, people was like, "Hold on,
It was living.
that is wrong." He's like, "You can't be the villain on the court, and when you lose, you want sympathy." And everybody's like,
Who
Bro.
said
Well,
she
you
wanted
want sympathy.
"That no," but that's what he said. And
Yeah.
he's like, "I'm
Yeah.
just gonna push back a little bit," and everybody's like,
Sit down.
and when I listen to it, I'm like, "Yeah, that's clickbait."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you always gotta say something
Controversial.
antithesis.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like I'm gonna say this so
Yeah.
people can listen. Nah,
Yeah.
but he apologized now.
I'm
A lot of people
still-
reached out.
And people
Yeah.
know this. I'm
Clickbait
still all
still.
for that we are better together.
Yes.
But a lot of times, sometimes this world we live in keeps us separate.
Yeah,
Keeps
keeps
us,
us
and you can
divided.
see the storyline happening. You can see what's going on. You're like, man, why we can't just have fun and let it be
And just
competition?
enjoy the
I just want to take my hat off to the players and the coaches and stuff, because I feel like they dealt with it in a very professional
They
way.
did.
So even though
Absolutely.
everybody, all the influence, asking questions a certain way, showing commercials a certain way,
Yes.
doing all of that,
Yes.
it's like people didn't bite. And I was like, man, you come out on top, just throw up the deuces and keep rolling.
Yeah.
So
So congratulations to everybody. So I don't know if you guys heard about this story, and I'm kind of not really disturbed, but I'm just going to tell you a story, and you guys just figure out what you think about it. So parents of a mass shooter are the first in history to be sentenced to prison time. So there was a young man, his name is Ethan, who went on a shooting rampage at Oxford High School in Michigan back in November of 2021. Right. He actually killed 4 students from ages 14 through 17. And his parents were put on trial because they were an accessory, or involuntary manslaughter was their charge that they received. They were actually the first parents of a mass shooter in the U.S. to be convicted of involuntary manslaughter for the attack. They were sentenced on Tuesday in a Michigan courtroom, and they got 10 to 15 years in prison. And and one of the things that, as I'm reading this article, one of the things that the judge said is the reason why they were asking the judge if they could get home confinement as they're, instead of having to go to prison. And the judge is like, no, you're going to prison, because the judge, one of his reasoning was that they didn't show any remorse. And so it's kind of crazy, because in their minds, they feel like they didn't do anything to contribute to their son doing this attack. However, as I go through and read the article, it clearly states like they bought him the gun as a Christmas gift. Okay. He was saying things and had been writing things that should have, gave a reasonable person the foresight to say, maybe you shouldn't have that gun.
They were aware that that child had some mental issues and that he was a threat to somebody, even if it was only to himself. They were aware. Like, because I've read that story, I'm familiar with it. Like, I feel like his parents dropped the ball.
And my thought is he's 17 years old, right?
He was 15 when it happened.
So my thought is, when you're 15, you're a minor. Meaning you are under the umbrella of your parents, and they're the one orchestrating what you do, how you operate, whatever you got access to, they're providing all that. Now, if you snuck and had a dirty gun, somebody snuck you a drug deal on the streets or something, that's different. But if you bought it and you didn't do this, and now 4 other people's kids are dead and gone because of your.
And this is a comment that the kid wrote in his journal. He said, I have 0 help for my mental problems, and it's causing me to shoot up the school.
Today is.
And I also, you know what, though? I also think by them putting those parents in jail, it's going to slow down. It's going to curb a lot of this stuff. Because up until this point, no parents have been held liable.
Accountability.
If none of these kids who have shot up these schools, it's not like they didn't have any patterns. They've had patterns. One of them is like they know he was on like some list, and the parents knew, so the school made the parents aware, and they still did nothing. So now I think they are going to take this more seriously. The parents will.
But I wanted to. Y'all remember when the whole the riots was around the George Floyd stuff? That little young guy. His mother brought him from a whole other state. They and
dropped them off.
And with the gun, with the rifle. And he was underage, and they didn't do nothing to him. So I guess people are like,
he's walking around.
They start sending money for him, and he's speaking now, and you're like, what's going on?
And then he's saying that he's having mental issues because people are coming against him. He's going to speak at places. I just saw where he went to speak at a college, and the people ran him off. They're like, you
talking about?
And he's like, I feel, like he felt like he was at a security risk, so the security had to walk him out. They were, because they want to hear from
you. Here's the thing, the administration had to bring them in as a speaker.
Right.
That's what I got to think about.
Yes.
The kids,
So
I'm
what
like,
are you
great
saying?
response. But
Yeah.
when the administration approved them to come in and speak, what kind of world?
Yeah.
Dude.
So what are you saying as an administration that you're bringing this kid in?
Clearly,
yeah,
clearly
you're co-signing.
The body wasn't for it.
Yeah.
They ran him out. He didn't get to do
like we don't want to hear you.
All right,
bro.
I know we can stay on that. So I'm gonna go. Welcome to the show, Charlene. Hey,
hey.
At the end, but welcome to the show, Brandon. Welcome to the show, Floyd. Welcome to the show, Mark Spencer, Jonathan Hall from Arkansas. That's my cousin. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
So how we gonna get this Black History trivia?
Okay, so we're gonna hit the Black History trivia, and I got everybody answers.
Let's go with it.
All right, so here's the question. What you trying to change it?
No, I said I think I'm right.
You think you're right? You think you're right?
Jackie Ziegler, welcome to the show.
Hey.
Go ahead.
All right, Black History trivia question. So this is the question: who was the country's first Black psychiatrist? Was it A, Dr. Henry Jordan, B, Dr. Ernest Just, C, Dr. Solomon Fuller, or D, Dr. John Jordan? Now I'll give you guys a couple seconds to if anybody else wants to guess. He said seconds ago.
It's in the whole show now.
All right. If you said, let me see. So Corey said A, Adrian said B, Jennifer, AJ, Tracy, Charles, and Teresa said C. Nobody wanted D? Nobody? I guess not. All right. Well, if you said C, you are correct.
Use the old school test strap.
The old school test C is never. That's how I got to college.
Just pick C.
None of these.
Pick C all the time. Pick C.
Look, Jennifer, how often do I do that?
Right. Yeah.
When in doubt, I go,
Every now and again.
I'm gonna do the middle.
Yeah.
Ron Wilson, welcome to the show.
Hey. So Solomon Carter Fuller was a pioneering Liberian neurologist, psychiatrist, pathologist, and professor. He was born in Liberia. He completed his college education and medical degree in the United States. He studied psychiatry in Munich, Germany. Then he returned to the United States, where he worked for much of his career at Westboro State Hospital in Westboro, Massachusetts.
Man, there you go, just like that.
Yeah, we got something. We got some merch.
Yeah, we got. Look at that.
Look, she don't have right. Like, why is my stuff?
I know.
I love it. All right, so upcoming events. 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. If you're looking for a place to hold your wedding, birthday party, banquet, repast dinner, community event, etc., then give us a call. We're getting ready to start bingo and karaoke. It's going to be coming soon. So there's going to be cash prizes and lots of fun. So get your daubers ready and start warming up your voices. Give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot. Right now, what is happening? And we were going to
say right now, you scared me. Go ahead.
We were going to try to talk to this young man, but it started raining. So I am assuming that because of the rain and everything, he was not able to call in. But there is the Epic Black History Ride is happening right now. It started yesterday, April the 9th through the 15th. It's a Black Towns tour, Oklahoma bike tour. It's a 600-mile bike tour to honor the resilience and celebrate the future of Oklahoma's 13 historic all-Black towns. It's sponsored by Major Taylor Cycling Club of Oklahoma and the Community Light Foundation. And I'm telling you, I'm like, these guys are putting in.
Some big things happen.
Yeah, they are doing some big things. So we're going to
post the story and you can follow it.
Yes. And then we already talked about the Eastern Oklahoma Black Nurses Association. They're hosting their annual health fair. That's going to be happening April 20th from 10 o'clock a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. Free admission. There's door prizes. There's food. There's free daycare. So you don't want to miss that.
All I heard was food.
Okay.
Because I'm hungry. But great event.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Did you have one more?
No, I don't know. We're good. Birthdays?
All right, birthdays. So April the 10th, that will be today, right? Today, Tommy Owens over at Rubicon. It's his birthday, and Thomas Boxley
happy birthday,
shares a birthday. April 13th, Onika Asamoah Caesar over at Fulton Books. It's her birthday. And then April 16th, Hank Bird, which is your fraternity brother, right?
My frat, happy birthday. He's doing big things.
Yes. All right. So social media platforms. Don't forget, hit us up on any of our social media. You can hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, at 36th Street North Event Center, Fitting Back In, Edurek Youth and Family Fun Center, and World One Development, and NYCU.FM.
Just like that. People keep asking me, Uncle Bobby, you got any to your tour dates are out yet? They keep asking me. I'm like, hey, I don't know. I don't think.
No, well, I got a call from Hobbs, New Mexico.
What?
Whoa.
wanted me to come and bring the band out there to do an event around Juneteenth.
Oh,
you know, those days. So hopefully I can get to Juneteenth here. Hopefully it's not on the same day.
Right.
You know, and
Listen,
I can do both of them.
Y'all better get Uncle Bobby
so
before he roll up.
I'm kind of reaching out to class reunions, frets, sororities and fraternities, casinos, you know, school, college campuses who like old school stuff. You know, and that's what I'm starting to reach out to. So, hey, if you want to book the Eat Now band, you can dial and call me. Call me on my personal cell phone, 832-443-9499. Again, that number is 832-443-9499. I sound like I'm doing
Eating out.
Yeah,
Eating Out band.
Shameless plug.
Yeah.
You don't have to change your number. You can get your number.
Now the groupie's gonna be coming after us.
That's okay. That's okay. Hey,
okay, let me give it to you again.
All right, man.
This man can handle it.
I love it.
How much can we say about our co-host thing?
Yes, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. It's been fun. We had a blast. Jennifer, you have to come back because I know we that girl. You know, normally it's me against the guys.
Right. It's balanced out today. I knew there was something going on. Chloe, you said you got to debut your show coming up pretty soon.
Yeah. So I'm excited about it.
You know what? I am super excited that you are coming on board because your personality fits our. You know, we crazy.
We've been having fun.
Yeah, so we have a blast. Yeah, so
all right. We get that roll, but we did have Angie here. She said she wasn't getting them. She's chilling today. She got on some like the coolest boots. They like trimmed and gold. I don't think she can walk but 10 steps at a time. She's chilling with us. I just want you to know Angie's in the building. So if you feel the energy of the blonde dreads, then that's what that is.
It's a new day with Ange.
Yes. All right. Well, we got to get ready to go. Damali, any final thoughts?
Hey, you know what? Just love each other. You know, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. You know, we get on here and we jest and we laugh and we talk about mental health, but it's a real thing.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, and we need to be taking care of ourselves because we want you guys to be around here for a long time. We want you to see your children and grandchildren grow up in those next generations. So take care of yourself.
Yeah.
I want to say therapy is okay. It's okay to go to therapy. There's nothing wrong with talking to somebody if you need to talk to somebody.
Yes.
Just like that. Point. Uncle Bob, any final thought?
Love each other.
Yes.
Just like that. Love. That's the ticket.
That's it.
I just want to do a big kudos shout out one more time for Big Teo.
Yes.
And Gabe for coming through. The youngsters, of course, our co-host.
Yes.
Our other visitors that we had on. We got to get ready to get out of here. It's been a great show. Great vibes. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Y'all be careful. It is raining a little bit. Tulsa, Oklahoma anyway. But please consider donating to Eden Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Eden Media Services. Send that to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite B. We moved on up the mountain just a little bit. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This has been news you can use with your boy Charles Harper. That's me.
And Damali Wilson. That's me.
And we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
That was fun.
Y'all listen to that jam on there. That outro music. See if y'all know who that is.
I like that.
Oh yeah, that's smooth.
You got a little funk to it, funky jazz.
That's your boy Wayman.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it sounds like.
You say anything?
That's exactly what it sounds like when I heard that. It got that little signature sound.
Boom, boom, boom. Jennifer will do a picture with you and post it, and your stuff a selfie, and Courtney will do a selfie with you and a big sign. Then we're gonna go eat at White River, and everybody's invited.
White River.
So we like fish and shrimp, hush puppies, and
don't keep
some of the other
this down.
It's on us. They're gonna let you leave malnourished. Be like, man, they got me. They working on the show.
Right, and then
brother.
Right. Right, Jennifer, you have this too.
What time is your flight?
Oh my God.